Welcome back to the commute.
Welcome back.
I'm Shannon,
I am Andrew.
and we were given instructions that we should talk a little bit just about like what we've been doing
Yeah.
since the last time we recorded. And well, I don't know what we've been doing.
Well, Shannon's her cabin's finally finished. They're finally getting everything in there. Hot tub was delivered.
Yes.
Beds are in.
Furniture.
Right. Sad that I know more about catching up about your life than you know about your own life.
Well, I feel like it's because I've gone nonstop for 2 weeks, and I can't remember when we recorded the last one.
Really, since me and Adam went with you and Mark to the beach, I feel like since we got back.
So what was that? January 2nd?
Yeah.
So
No, it's December 31st.
Oh, but then back to work on
Yeah,
January
I think
2nd.
since January 2nd, it's been.
So since January 2nd, it has been just straight go. But really, like, I feel like the last 2 weeks have been just like.
Oh no, the first 2 weeks of January were bad. I feel like the last 2 weeks haven't been as bad. I've been busy, but not as bad.
Maybe I'm blocking it out.
Maybe. Trauma response.
I suppressed it. I'll need therapy in about a month.
We've been going to Orange Theory. Terrible.
Oh, that's new. So there is something at Orange Theory Fitness that they do every year. They call it the Transformation Challenge.
I'm gonna win.
And I do it every year. I don't really transform because I just go work out so that I can eat more. But anyways, Andrew and I and a bunch of other people from the office, or a few other people from the office, we've been doing Planet Fitness. We go 2 to 3 days a week. And so I said, hey, Andrew, I think you should do this transformation challenge with me. I think you could win. Mm-hmm. And somehow that has been turned into I was being rude.
I don't think you were being rude. I think what it turned into was the facts of like, hey, you need to lose some weight. Which is fair.
Okay.
Right? I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just let's call a spade a spade.
I'm saying, yes, you could lose some weight, but also, like, you could win.
Yeah, don't you want to win?
Why do anything if you're not going to try to win, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I actually do it for the shirt.
Yeah.
Because you either get like a shirt or a hat or a pair of socks.
Always a shirt, man.
So that's why I do it. Anyways, so that's the newest thing. And so we've been going to Orange Theory 3 days a week. This is the second week. Mm-hmm. So it's only the second week. But also we've been going to Planet Fitness at least 1 day. So really we're working out 4 days a week. Andrew's eating better. I am not.
Terrible.
And I stress eat. So
me too, man.
Man, I eat a lot. And I guess I'm stressed.
I've been pounding some baby carrots.
No. I've been eating chips and cream cheese.
Like the sausage dip?
No, just like taking a chip and putting it in the whipped cream cheese.
Like a tortilla or like a...
No, like a potato chip.
Interesting.
And then sometimes Fritos. And I just scoop up the
Fritos
cream
sounds
cheese.
better than...
Oh, and I got this cream cheese that's like a chive and onion. And so that was good. So that's what I snack on, not carrots.
That's interesting. And you hate on me for celery and cream cheese and your potato chips.
I don't hate on you for that. I was very intrigued with that.
That's good.
Celery and cream cheese thing that you get once a year.
Once a year. It's a delicacy.
Well, it would also be something you could have like every day.
Yeah, but you know what though? When you're actually doing it, it's so much work because like celery, you wash it, and so like you don't dry it off fully because who's got time for that? And so like when you're trying to spread the cream cheese, sometimes like you'll spread it and you'll be too thick with the knife and it'll just wipe it all away, and then you got to redo it. It's really a pain.
I don't remember this being this difficult when I made those for y'all.
Well, for me,
I feel that was just like a.
I'm not good with like that type of stuff, like icing a cake and stuff like that. It's not my gift. Yeah. I can make the cake, but I can't ice the thing. Very rough.
Anyways.
Back into real estate.
So today we were going to talk a little bit, because there's a lot of hubbub about how real estate agents are paid, and these lawsuits that are saying the buyer's agent, the seller shouldn't be paying for the buyer's agent representative. And so it's kind of a a crazy little bit of a cluster. I don't think, all the facts are getting out. And I'm not going to speak on every state. I only work Florida and Georgia right now, so I can speak on those two. And our contracts are very clear. So when I go into a listing appointment, it states how much is the total commission,
Right.
and how much of that commission are we going to use for a cooperative agent. So that's like, just, we call them a co-op, and that's part of our marketing. So if I don't have a co-op agent, I could in essence take the full initial amount. So an example, we primarily do 6%. So we say, hey, Mr. Seller, we are going to do 6%, which is our total fee. And in that, we're going to give 3% to the co-op agent. And that way, all the other agents help market the property.
Right.
And in Georgia, I don't even know how many anymore. That's so many thousands of agents. So that's part of it. And then there's marketing. So out of the 3% that we keep at our company, of course, the actual agent doesn't get all of that. They have broker fees, they have split fees, transaction fees, office fees, marketing fees. You have lock boxes, you have signs, you have mailings.
Sometimes a split, if it's a lead, like from a lead source, that you have to pay that lead source for a split.
Yes. And most people I don't think know that.
Yeah.
If you go through, that was your phone that was. Jordan, if you heard that noise, that was the phone falling to the floor. So if you go through like a website like Zillow, Dave Ramsey, the ELP system that he has, I don't know, there's a bunch. When that lead goes to that real estate agent, they are charged a referral fee. So Zillow right now in our area, the average is 40%. So just think right out the gate, if there is a $10,000 commission check on the table, Zillow gets 4% or 4.
So we're down to $6,000.
They get 4,000. Then 6,000 goes to the agent, and then out of that 6,000, they have to pay their broker. If they're on a team, like we have a very large, successful team. So if it's one of my newer agents, then they're splitting that 6,000 in half. So they're getting 3,000. And don't come at me. I know a bunch of you are gonna be like, until you understand the whole structure, don't complain.
Yeah.
It was a lead they didn't have. And
they wouldn't have had if it wasn't, because our team is Zillow, like for Zillow especially. But,
yeah. So, and that's another thing. Like the way you get a lot of these referral fee type leads is you've got to be a pretty successful team, and those don't go to everyone. Like all the agents in the state of Georgia. Right. So by the time that agent is walking away from the table with maybe $2,500 out of $10,000 in that scenario. In some cases, yes, they're getting maybe a $5,000 to $10,000 check. So I don't know what else to really explain. Oh, I just got to mention one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you ever go into the doctor office and tell them that you want them to do their job cheaper, or your attorney? No one treats other professions like that.
Well, and I think too, so good real estate agents, decent. Well, I'll call myself a decent real estate agent. I pay over $1,000 a month just on my car.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Yep.
With between car payment, gas, and car insurance, over $1,000 a month. So you'd see that and that the commission, but you don't understand. There are so many added expenses to be a good real estate agent and to be out there showing homes, knowing the market, going to these events to market with other real estate agents, so you get homes in classes, everything like that is in MLS fees and stuff that we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah.
So there is a lot more added to. So say if you're a new agent and you're a good agent in your first year and you get a 50-50 split, so that $2,500, well, that'll last me a month and a half or 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even count all my other bills, just my car.
Right.
So I think this car
this guy is not
breaking here in Alabama. And I think that is stuff that isn't talked about, because when I talk to all my clients, I'm like, oh, so how does this work? And I explain it to them. Oh man, the same conversation. We thought you guys got paid a lot, but yeah, you have a lot of expenses with your job. It's
right.
It's just like anything,
Right. Yeah, and I don't. I've had clients where they've bought they're repeat clients where they called my broker's office to list their house. If I was their buyer's agent, then they go to list their house. They literally, when they call the broker just puts them with the next agent.
Yeah.
My client literally thought that every agent in that brokerage got paid on every deal that closes.
Huh.
And I'm like, no, this is not how this works.
Yeah.
Like an agent only gets paid for what they're involved in. And I'm trying to think of like what like people will say about how we get paid. Like I've heard like people want flat rates.
Mhm.
That's fine. I could probably do a flat rate. But if I do a flat rate, it's probably going to be $15,000.
Yeah, it's going to be
Right,
probably
like-
3% of the average home price, or if not more.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I can't, otherwise I would be out of business.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm very transparent. Most people know this. Like, my team alone, just the Shannon sales team, my monthly expenses are $49,000. $49,000. 1 month, $49,000 just for the Shannon sales team. That includes buying leads, paying for marketing. That includes providing my agents with everything that they need. That does include like keeping my agents like engaged, courses, CE classes, networking events. It includes everything with some staff. But $49,000 a month, I would have to charge $15,000 a transaction. So I don't think people understand the full scope of everything that they're talking about when they say they want all these different changes. And I think if you're going to be a person who says you don't want, as a seller, you don't want to pay the buyer's agent commission, then you have to reduce your house 3%.
Yeah, because I mean, buyers only have a limited amount of money, and if they have to pay their agent's commission, that has to come out of their pocket. They can't roll that in.
But also, that's how you got your house value where it is, because 90% of all homes are sold with a 6% commission where you're paying the buyer's agent commission.
Yeah.
So that value that is given is taken into account all of those fees.
Right.
It's worry about your net dollar, worry about your bottom line, and then let us handle the rest.
Yeah, and it's still a good investment, right? Anyone who's bought a home in the last even year,
right,
it's still their equity is going up. So
right.
like, it's still going to be a good investment. It's just, you do have some people who think we get paid an exorbitant amount of money, but I mean, the agents who do get paid a ton of money are working 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
I mean, like genuinely, like I worked from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. yesterday.
Right, on a Sunday.
And then Saturday I worked from, was it in the morning? It was like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that was a light day.
Right.
But still, I mean.
But you also work Monday through Friday.
Right.
And then Saturday and then Sunday.
And that doesn't count like computer time where you're like sending people stuff, and like that's just stuff you do while watching TV. So like, you don't like the commission when you have a high dollar house. It looks like a lot, and sometimes there are some agents, and that's kind of where what you're saying is like one bad apple spoils a whole bunch. Like there are some agents that literally they will just put it on the MLS. They won't communicate well with their clients. They won't work for them. Yeah, or other agents when they're getting their house showed, and then it'll sell just because it's a nice house, and it'll be an easy job for them, and they'll make 15 grand and not really do anything. That's true for some people, but for us as a team, as a brokerage, as an actual realtor, it's not.
Yeah, and I feel like when you hear about like the pricing and everything, as a seller, before you want to remove that 3% for the buyer's agent commission, I just ask you to think, did you pay for your buyer's agent commission?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't, your seller of the house that you are now wanting to sell, they paid for your agent.
Yeah,
so pay it forward.
Or when you're gonna, most people who sell a house have to buy.
Right.
When you go buy a new house, do you want to pay me 3% on top of the purchase price of the house?
Right. Or do you want it all rolled in a pretty little bow? The appraisal has already come in before you're dealing with commission. And that's another thing. If it's not in the sales price, the appraiser may not give you that extra 3%. Well, now there's no room to roll it into the closing cost.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a catch-22, and people need to look at both sides before making those decisions. So you kind of touched on the a good realtor versus a bad, like someone who just puts the house on the market. So when you're picking an agent to represent you, let's start with the buyer side. I, for one, would ask, what are their working hours? Because if you are a buyer's agent and I'm interviewing you and you tell me that you work Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7, I immediately am not hiring you. because I need to know that you're going to answer my phone call when I have a question.
Yeah.
After hours, I need to know that you're going to be able to show me a home when my husband gets off of work. Let's say he gets off of work at like, I don't know, 8.
Getting a wreck here.
And in the summer, it's
it needs to be till 9, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then I also want to know what happens if you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Do you have a partner, a backup agent? Do you have someone that is going to help me when you get sick or go on vacation?
Yeah.
Because when I'm buying a house, unfortunately, I'm the only one that matters.
Yeah.
I am really only concerned with myself, because that you not working could cause me to lose a property.
Yeah.
Especially in an aggressive market.
Yep.
So, but what's some other things, like you're definitely working buyers these days and I'm not. So what's something that you would advise buyers to ask their agents?
Well, like, I guess it's just, it always is going to be communication. I think you hit the two main points of what are your working hours and
Availability.
availability, and what happens if you're not available. Yeah, or like, am I still taken care of?
Right.
If I need to see a house. But then, like, just ask them, hey, like, what's your communication? What's your reviews? Do you have like Zillow reviews or Google reviews where you can show me like other clients that are like happy with you in the past and stuff like that, which is tough for newer agents, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's probably like something I've heard before from buyers who've asked me. I'm like, yeah, I have, plenty. So,
so why would a buyer give a newer agent a chance? And how do they know? Because they don't have those reviews. So what's the things that makes it worth it using a newer agent?
So when I started last year, my basic thing was I was honest with them about, hey, I have like this is my first year in real estate, but then I went into like my other work history of like how hard I've worked in the past, how hard I'm willing to work, and like I'm always will be available for you whenever you need to see it. Like, I have a team, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's really important for new agents to be on a sales team so they can say, hey, I have a team. What side?
Park over here because the sun.
Oh yeah. I was thinking ahead right there.
I know.
Like, I have a team of agents who've been in the business 20, 15, 10 years that I can talk to, have any questions. If I don't know it, I can find out. So we can have a smooth process the whole way going. So I think that's kind of what you have to base your experience on. And some buyers won't ask, right? And you'll just go, you'll be professional, they'll like you, and they won't even worry about asking those questions. Like, okay, I like him, I feel like he can take care of me, and we'll move on. But some buyers will, like your C or S buyers.
C's. High C.
Who want your reviews, who want make sure you're going to take care of them, stuff like that. I mean, that's basically what happened to Jordan.
Yeah. So I follow the disc profile. Like, I love the disc profile. My husband hates it. However, you can typically meet someone and kind of put them into one of 4 groups. And when you have a very high C buyer, they're very detail oriented. They do a lot of research. They're very slow to make decisions. No profile's better than another, but you just learn how to work and answer questions for different types of people, because some people don't care. Like, your high eyes, they don't care about anything. They're like, are we having fun?
Yeah.
Are we
I like you?
Yeah. So yeah, I think like those C's can be very difficult for a newer agent. Also a high D.
Yeah, high D too,
very like strong and just.
Oh, are you going to negotiate for me the way you need to negotiate? Are you going to give me a good deal? Are you going to do this? New agents are like, I'll try.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to do what I can.
Yeah.
So I think asking those questions, and when it is a seller and you're interviewing, you definitely want to understand what marketing that agent is going to do.
Yep.
And not all this fluff. Oh, I'm going to put your house on 70,000 websites. That happens by us putting it on one.
Yep.
Georgia MLS or whatever the MLS is, because then the IDX system will put it on every single website for every single company and every single referral company known to man. So you want to understand what they're doing to actually market the home.
Yep.
And even in a good market, when all they have to do is put it on MLS, like during COVID market, right? You put a house up and it was 17 offers in the first 30 minutes. So you want to know that. And then the second thing is you want to know how they're pre-qualifying the people that they're going to allow to walk through your property.
Yeah.
And it's any price range really, But most definitely when you are living in the home
Yeah.
and you have kids, and so you want to understand how they're handling that, because during COVID, man, people were not qualified, and you'd have people tramping all through your house. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
And that's what we tell people. Even if I listed a house and we got 5 offers, that's just the beginning of the work.
Yeah.
Even if it happened in like 30 minutes, because now I have to call those agents, call all those lenders. Like, we have to do more than just be like, oh, look, we got all these offers. I mean, it just, so you want to know marketing and how they're pre-qualifying the folks. And then you do want them to be somewhat seasoned and good reputation in the area. Because if you have a crappy agent that other agents don't like to work with, it does make it more difficult to sell, especially in a more difficult market.
Yeah.
When you have like lots of inventory, agents can kind of, talk to their buyers like, this agent's gonna be difficult to work with, and if you like this house the same as this house, probably go this way. So, any others on the selling side
about like questions and stuff?
How would you pick?
Um
Obviously communication and all that stays.
I think that's,
but
yeah, and like I think qualifying the buyers is good. Yeah, I mean, I don't really get into that nitty gritty with them about it, because I'll do that on my own. You know what I mean? Like, if they ask me, then I'll talk to them about it. But like, I'm gonna qualify the buyers and talk to the agents and talk to them anyways.
Right, but if the seller is interviewing, what are the questions they should ask?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They need to ask, because you might cover it, but you might not.
Yeah.
So, what else? Definitely the hours worked. On selling, you need an agent that is working past 7. Because if a buyer calls and wants to see the house tomorrow morning at 9, and they call at 8, you don't get it.
I mean, any client looking to buy or sell, you want your agent to be like, yes, if you call me, I will answer. Like, you need your agent to be able to be on, like, our whole business. Like, I lead our Zillow team now here at our brokerage, and answer your phone. Just answer your phone. Like, the fact that our pickup rate's 62%, like, it should be at least 80. Our whole job is answering your phone. So, like, that is where it's so frustrating. But yeah, I think no matter what you're doing, you want them to be available whenever. Whether you have kids, wife, whatever. Hey, if I call you or text you, I'm like, hey, I need you to talk to me. You need to be available to call them back.
Yep.
And communicate with them.
You're gonna have people upset with that. People are gonna say, "God, work-life balance."
No, work
have people turn it off.
No, but that's what vacation's for. I don't know. Like, but we can go out, like if we're at Taqueria.
Yeah.
And we'll be out. But if I get a call, I'm gonna go take a call and then I'll come back.
Right.
Not a big deal. It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah. We're doing Topgolf today with our Northside team, and guess what? Half of us will be on the phone at some moment. We will be on the phone.
I have a call at 10:30 with a seller. He wants to list 2 commercial properties.
See?
I'm gonna call him. Like, I'm not gonna. Sorry, I'm playing Topgolf. I'm like, no, I'll call him. It's crazy.
So I would also say, now this is probably because I have a team, but I actually started real estate on a team. I went out on my own for maybe a year or 2 and realized I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I feel like you always need that backup person. So then I just started a team. Because having someone that can be there when you are sick or when you do want to go out of town, like, I feel like our clients deserve someone to look after them, and we're all humans, and we're going to get sick, we're going to have issues. So I feel like hiring a team is always going to be better than hiring an individual, always. Now, the differences between teams, that's probably a whole nother, that needs to be a different podcast, because there's so many different types of teams, styles of teams. But a team that really works together to make sure the client is first is hands down better than any individual agent. I don't care how great that individual agent is.
Yeah.
And sometimes individual agents, they technically are a team, like, because they'll have an assistant and like an office person that works just for them. So that I would consider a team. Like, as long as that agent has someone there to help them, because I'm telling you, if I showed you guys my calendar, somebody better be helping.
Yeah.
Because I'm struggling. Where am I supposed to be and when?
Yeah. No, I think for sure. And I think, as long as they have 1 to 2 people that are just someone to keep them in line, to hit their appointments, to respond to their emails, to make sure their calendar's up to date, to call people back. think that's what's needed. But
so that was our little rant on real estate commissions. I don't feel that we're overpaid, but
no,
I'm in the industry, so
I don't either.
I don't know if we're the best. We should have had a non-agent with us today and have them talk about the
Why they
commissions
think, yeah, that's a
and
good
why
idea.
they think it's high. But in the meantime, comment, let us know what you think. Maybe you don't think that we're paid too much, and therefore I love you. If you do think we're paid too much, explain.
Yeah, genuinely.
Yes, because I really do want to understand, because when we go into appointments, we've got to be able to sell our value, and I think a lot of people can't sell their value, and that is part of the problem.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
all right, well, the commute is out because we are at
we're
Top
here.
Off.
We have a interview we have to do.
We do in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Bye.